Well, we left San Bernardino. We are now at a train factory. They make trains here. Just kidding. We're not at a train factory. We are at a citrus packing plant. My buddy John Moore hooked us up with this guy, Zach. I forget Zach's last name. This is his family's farm, but he has his own farm as well. So this is where we are. We're not 100% sure what we're gonna see. Hopefully it's cool. Hopefully it'll be interesting. We're making hay. Looking at seed potatoes. These potatoes will be used to be planted and make more potatoes.
They are yellow potatoes.
Yellow potatoes?
Yep, yellow gold.
It's like a squeeze. Two at a time.
And then you were in San Francisco for a while and you came
He's
back.
interviewing him.
Yes. Yeah, I met him.
It's Jackie, the
I
daughter.
was doing healthy
Zach, her
running.
husband.
He was doing the unhealthy running.
This place is incredible. A lot of moving parts.
So like with asparagus, are you guys growing asparagus?
No.
Are you packaging it for somebody?
That probably came up with
There's a conveyor belt that goes in it. This whole system. This whole place is under conveyor belt. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Look, there it is, Randy.
Okay, so this is
Straddle. Yeah, we want to know what that.
We saw him leave.
Okay.
alright. So it's called a Strata Lift. And basically this is how we pick up and deliver our oranges. If you see the back, it's basically like a giant claw machine. And what it will do is it'll scoop up the bottom of the bins and lift them up. And then it'll back up and it'll lower.
This thing is so cool. This has to be protected because of bugs that are flying around all the time. They don't.
There's a bug in California called the Adrian citrus psyllid, and we don't want it going from, if it happens to be out in a grove, we don't want it coming to a packing shed at all.
Oh.
That's why these are all protected. The navels are clean. There's no leaves, no stems on them, nothing.
Wow.
Check it out.
So there's a stack of oranges right there. It's a straddler. You ever wonder where your oranges are coming from? It's probably someplace like this. This is a huge, huge operation.
Yeah, and like there's a handful of guys in the area that had them, and then everybody else decided to stop using them and we kept going.
Really? So other guys don't use them?
Just us.
And he leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 92. That's awesome. So that just dumped them. Dumped all the navel oranges out. It's gonna come here and get washed. Explaining how they sort the oranges out. There's a black light behind that black curtain, and rot on an orange is going bad, shows up in a black light. So there are people standing up there sorting the oranges that show up. Pretty cool. Zach just told me this machine takes a picture of every single navel going across this deal.
But now it knows, well, that one needs to go here, here. It's all about sorting it. Less hands touching the fruit, less labor.
Yeah. So this machine is taking a picture of everything, and telling it what to do with it. And over here, they drop them. They sort them. Here's where the sorting happens. Sorry. Here's the light room we were talking about. You're just telling us the pictures do a great job. They separate size, especially the size of the navel, but they still have to have people, especially when it comes to, oh, they've got their different grades, different qualities. They really separate, like she was telling me, the premium and what was the other one? Premium and?
Premium choice juice rot.
Premium choice juice rot. There's gonna be a test, remember that. We found the orange butt. What's that, Zach?
That is a sticker machine, Trevor.
What's a sticker machine for?
It's a machine that puts stickers on oranges.
Their navels.
It's a navel orange. Same thing, right? It's still an orange.
Just kidding. So this whole machine, all this craziness, they only run citrus through it, which for them is just oranges and grapefruit. No lemons on this farm. This is the sizing area. This machine takes pictures to size them. And it separates them right here.
Going off the line and to the palletizer.
Wow. Boxes of oranges. These boxes are zigzagging all the way around. Coming out over there. Down there. Coming up way over there. Coming down here and then going out. I have to palletize a lot of bagged feed. Like, I never thought of this. It's like going in more like that, yeah. It's really cold in here. It's pretty, I'm just looking at these pallet racks. They're so much cooler than our pallet racks for our bagged feed. You can see my breath. Our pallet racks are one-dimensional. They just hold one deep, that's all. These hold 1, 2, 3. These hold like 7 pallets deep. I love it, but they look kind of expensive to make, but I might have to look into it. Awesome, now we left the navel building, now we're heading into the mandarin building. Let's go see some mandarin oranges. Rinsing it, soaping it. Or is this rinsing it?
Yeah.
Rinsing it. These are almond trees, almonds.
Variety. And then we'll harvest these probably end of August, 1st of September. We'll shake these trees. But kind of diversity of everything that we do over here. We also have almonds, navels, carrots, so we try to be very diversified in what we're growing.
Sure.
Income coming in at different times of the year.
Yep.
But almonds are pretty fast. Whitewash on the outside protects the fruit, also protects the leaves, but then also it's it keeps leafhopper, which is an insect, from jumping around. We do it a lot on mandarins and some navel varieties. The later that we probably will treat these a little bit more. So all the fruit has a little whitewash, keeps the sun off.
Explaining now how they.
We are at their greenhouse facility, which is a separate business. He was just saying the Jackie's farm, they've got 20,000 trees ordered for next year for their farm. They grow trees just for farms.
Wow.
Wow.
The fans protect, keep the bugs out that we don't want in here.
Yes, we should. You left that door open way too long. It's your fault.
Sorry about that.
All good.
Oh, it's cool in here though.
I expected it to be really hot in here.
Well, we can't heat them at night. It's just too damn expensive.
Oh.
Yeah.
But at the afternoon, we want to keep the temperatures 85 degrees, 75, 85 degrees, 60%, 65% humidity.
65% humidity, 85.
And then
I couldn't
keep
work
it
here.
as long as we can as the sun's out to give them the optimal growing time.
Sure.
The greenhouses are just finally waking up. We had a very cold, January, a lot of water, which was great, but it's dried out now, and now everything's waking up. So we're kind of playing catch up. It's almost, the trees were asleep, now they're wanting a whole lot of stuff. So we're in the process of making sure our houses are at the right temperature, the right humidity, cool cells are back on, and we're growing citrus the right way with
Good aluminum wheel.
the fertilizer that they need.
How many employees do you have in the greenhouse?
Greenhouse, 25.
Oh, that's all? I would have expected a lot more. This is so cool.
This is about 65,000 trees in here.
65,000 trees.
65,000.
And all different types of trees, or are these all the same?
Different rootstocks and different varieties. A lot of mandarins in here. We grow a lot of decapons right now. That big piece of fruit that you see, it's called a sumo or shiranui. There's different names for it. Okay. So we're growing that in here. We're growing navels. These are Rio red grapefruit.
Red grapefruit.
And I don't know if anybody knows anything about citrus, but citrus is grown off of two different trees. You've got a rootstock and you have the variety. So a rootstock is this piece of the tree. And we'll come in and graft a T graft, the variety, and then it pushes from there. So essentially everything you see in a field, if you look at the citrus tree in a field, you'll see a little knot at the bottom. That's where the union's at, and it's just grown together.
You manually do that every single tree?
Every single tree. That's the bud, and the rootstock, as it pushes sap up, it makes it very easy to cut into it. So you do a T, and you'll insert that bud, and then you tape it.
And what's the purpose
That's
of that?
tape on there right there, holding
Yep,
that.
it's tape holding it in.
So you inserted that bud into that.
That's a variety of.
This is the variety, which is the grapefruit. The rootstock, which is this hardy piece, is the rootstock that pushes it.
Is that from another grapefruit?
This is from a certain tree, a rootstock tree called carrizo.
Okay.
So if you didn't graft it, it would just be a trunk?
If it was a carrizo, it would have fruit of a carrizo tree, and it'd be god awful.
So you're creating your own.
We're creating
Tree.
a variety based off of a rootstock. Yeah.
Wow. That is gnarly. But it won't make up the carrizo at all. It's not. It'll only do the.
You cut. It's called cutting the tail, and I'll show you in a couple other houses. This thing continues to push up, so we bend it, tape it, so it focuses all the energy into that variety.
That's why they've all got the hook up
And then
bend on
once
the
it
top.
gets to a certain 4 inches, you clip the tail, you paint it, so now all the energy is into that bud union, and you're pushing that thing to 27 inches, because in a year I need this thing at the stake and I need it out here.
Wow.
Why do you do that? Why don't you just use the normal
Grapefruit.
plant? Normal grapefruit plant.
There's no seeds in it,
Grapefruit doesn't have a seed?
right?
Well, it
Yeah.
doesn't when you do it this way, right?
You grow. I'll take you to our increase house where we have all the varieties on trees.
Whoa. Did you know all that? Whoa.
Zach was just telling us that they reuse the plastic, so they're not wasting anything with this whole outfit. They pull these out, put them in a biodegradable sack over here. Voila, they reuse these.
Here's a sock.
It's awesome.
Oh, there's one of the
These come
socks.
from Brazil.
Huh.
It literally is a thread sock. It goes in the ground. This goes on top of that socking machine, right? They're putting that tree in there. It gets socked, and then it goes into the hole in the ground, and it biodegrades.
We don't want to wear one of those socks. There's not gonna.
They don't look that warm.
Right. They wouldn't
Plus, when
protect
you're
you.
There are
walking
no
in the dirt,
protecting.
then they
Not
just start
protect you.
disappearing.
Whoa.
Catching bugs.
Each tray has 128 cells or little
We're always-
rootstocks.
Also, we're always experimenting. I'm a belief, and I teach my guys, let's try something new every year. Different fertilizers, different bios, different root stimulants. We want to see what works best for us, and maybe if we can cut some time off of growing a rootstock,
It's awesome.
less labor, and it keeps my guys and my crews thinking.
So these are all planted by machines, you said?
You have a seed planter that plants this all.
Wow.
Is it 80 feet wide?
Excuse me?
Isn't the seed planters at 80 feet wide?
No, it's
So they laid the trays out in the field.
the trays, it dibbles it, and it sows them right there.
So these are kept at 90 degrees and 90% humidity.
Yep.
Oof.
Because the cheapest thing to waste is seed, and once we start touching it, transplanting it, we don't want to touch it too much because it costs too much money.
Yeah.
So germination, we keep our germ rates 50 to 70% depending on the variety. Some don't do as well. We're still kind of figuring out what the best way to germinate is, but I would rather waste this than that or a tree
Yeah.
that's already made.
There is 1 full acre under this roof. This is the third season. Third season? This is the third season?
Third year of this house.
The third year of this house. How many plants did you say are in here?
105,000.
105,000 plants. Wow.
Can you overwater them with the way the pots are made?
That's a great statement. This place was notoriously overwatered when we bought it. We switched from soil to, this is all coconut fiber, it comes from India. And it takes a certain amount of water. These drippers are 1 ounce a minute. We know how much water is going in each minute, how much is leaching out. I know my ECs and my pHs hourly on what's going into these trees and what's coming out. So depending on the year and what the plants tell us they need with soil analysis and plant tissue analysis, we adjust our fertilizer mix up or down versus to make sure we're giving them the right stuff.
Zach, see you later. Thanks for the long tour. Trevor, yeah. Thanks for the long tour. Zach, that's an easy
Trevor,
one.
Zach,
Zach and Zach. Randy.
Randy.
Thanks.
Guys,
See ya.
safe travels. You know how to get back?
We'll find
figure
it.
it out.